Hey everybody. Today I am doing the full deck challenge hosted by the wonderful Shinooki Arts, Shanna at Shinooki Arts. I'm doing a pretty easy one this week because I'm going through one of those phases where I'm not feeling very creative, which is funny because I've actually been making things off camera, but I don't feel that they're quite camera worthy. They're more like, like I've been meaning to participate in this Scraptember, that Crafting with Tony, I believe it's called, and Seven Plaza has been putting on this month. But, last week was just kind of, I did nothing but my two challenges, and that's about what I'm doing this week. But I have been making things, like, for the first time ever, I made a journal. Yep, I just knocked into the camera. So, I liked the size of the one that Margaret is doing at Seven Plaza. And so I decided to do a fall one. And so it's got some paper on it. And it's not perfect, but I'm pretty proud of myself for making it. I definitely need to use a stronger paper because this one tears. This is just out of one of those paper packs. But I got it because it was a bunch of fall colors and I really wanted to use it. So I did make a journal. As you can see, there's nothing in the journal. But I also did one of her Frankenstein pages. This is going to go in the journal. That's why it's done this somewhat. Like, this is a pocket. But putting these together was kind of random. So I didn't really think this was kind of stuff that I'm just not comfortable enough with my abilities to, to just craft with you. And then the other day she did this envelope flippy thing, which I became obsessed with. So I made a smaller version. But as you can see, I haven't decorated it yet. I mean, that's what I need to do next. But it's also been folded to go into that, my journal. So I have been doing stuff, but it's not like, woohoo, I can't wait to show people this stuff yet. I'm having the worst time, I'm just going to have to order it online, finding the elastic, because these are going to be I want this book, it's going to have eyelets and then just two, it'll just be two signatures. So that I can just slip these pages I'm making in. This Frankenstein one I made is like the perfect size to go in there, so it's kind of my template. But I was thinking of working through some of the, I mean, like this one's almost could be completely, I might add a tag or something to that. But these ones need more. Anyway, I have been doing stuff. I've been really, really inspired by the YouTube channel Seven Plaza. And I'm probably pronouncing her name right. Margaret, maybe. I know she's from the Netherlands. So anyway, so I have been doing stuff, but I have not really been posting anything. I don't know. I'm in like a slump, and so this is going to be a really simple one. I don't have a lot of bandwidth to make something kind of interesting for coffee. I saw that next week's thing is chaos, and I'm not sure quite what I'm going to do for that one yet. But anyway, so this was last week's card for floral Tiger Lily. This week it's coffee, and so this is just some coffee stain paper from that I printed, and then I, cut it onto, put it onto here, from Collage Soup. I actually think it's from, oh, that's fun that it's blue, but it's a stamp. This is from Collage Art also. It's the one about I need a drink, or here's a drink. It's the one that has all the drinks in it. That's pretty inexpensive. So I cut out a coffee from that. Here I used a washi tape that's stamped, so I'm bringing a stamp onto my page. That's my carryover. This is a tag from, I don't know, some digital kit. And then, of course, my constant is a label, which I'll be using. So, yeah, I mean, can't believe we're on week 37 already. So yeah, this is not going to be super interesting today. I think the stuff I kind of want to get together start working on the scrap timber, because it is, gosh, what is today? It's the 18th already, and I haven't done anything for it. So I didn't do another challenge that I usually do every month. I've been really off this last couple of weeks. Just not feeling it. I don't know. I have been feeling it, but I just haven't been, I don't know. I think it's because I started straightening up and not redoing, but working on my office space to make it more efficient, which has made it even more inefficient. And there's just stuff everywhere. And my husband, he thrives on chaos, and I don't. Like, he likes to be, he even keeps his office at work where he is just like surrounded by stuff and in a corner. And it causes me so much anxiety to see something like that. So I think the chaos that I'm feeling in my office space is adding to my lack of interest. And there's just been, there's a lot of things going on in the world, and it's been kind of a weird couple of weeks, and I've had to, I don't know, I get caught up. I told my husband I get caught up in details, and then I get nothing done. And that goes for my I watch the reels on Instagram and watch people make art, and then I don't make anything. And then, I'm going to put this down, but I actually need to put, someone a long time ago said, start from the back. Because then you know how much room you need. I definitely know I'm going to be doing this challenge. If Shinaki does it again next year, I'll be doing it. I'm hoping that she keeps the constant and the carryover, because while sometimes it's frustrating, I think it's been really, see, like, I need to move this seat. Am I even doing this on screen? Oh, goodness. It's really good for me to look at the last weeks and pull something from that to use, because sometimes it's the only thing that keeps me going with the challenge. Like if I'm feeling right now, how I'm feeling uninspired by certain things, and it helps to have that carryover for me, because I'm like, okay, well, you know, you got to carry something over, pick something, and then go from there. And it's a nice jumping off point most of the time. Sometimes it's like, ugh, I don't want to have to pull something, you know. Because sometimes, like now, I don't have, I don't know, sometimes if I don't use a lot of different things on the tag, then I'm like, what am I supposed to pull from? Like sometimes I use numerous, I try to add different things just so that I have, oh, I don't want to do that. Things of interest on the page that are not, so that I can pull something for the next week. All right, so I put that up there. These are, so my husband brought home all of these. These are the ring, you know, you put them around pages in your, when you're using a ring binder, so that the pages, so it doesn't tear. It's reinforcement. That's what it is. Ring reinforcers. But I wasn't going to use a bunch of white ring. So I actually watercolored these, or used pen and water to kind of, and then let them dry. So they've been really fun. And I want to use one of these as, I think that one's too light. Because I have a, I'm going to put an eyelet in that tag. But I wanted to use, oh, maybe it was this one. I thought I had picked one out that had the same colors. I think that's too bright though. So maybe I just use one of these. But they're super simple to make. So on these ones I used watercolor really lightly, and then after they had dried, I then lightly stamped using vintage photo on top. So that's why they have a little bit of what looks like maps or something on them, but it's not a map. It's a, I think it's just script. Yeah, I'll use that one. And I took apart my there. I thought that added a little bit more to it. I'm blanking on the word. I took apart, why am I blanking on what this is called? You know, one of my little cutting blade. And then I couldn't get it back together. So I'm going to have to ask my husband to take a look at it tonight. I wanted to replace the blade because as I was using it, it seemed like it was not doing great. It seemed like it was not cutting as well as it should have. But I also picked up these little blades yesterday to help me, because the one I used for more precise things. And then I need to put my number on here. I'll just use the same stickers. But yeah, so I hope that everyone watching this has been feeling crafty and getting stuff done. I'm just, I don't know. Like I said, it's not that I'm not being crafty. I'm being somewhat crafty, but I just don't feel like it's stuff to put out there because I don't have a finished product when I'm done. And I'm still new to this whole YouTube thing. So I don't think that I have the following, or the subscribers, I should say, to be saying, hey, craft with me, because, yeah, I don't know. So I have this video, and then 37, yeah. And I do have a recent video I shot with a thrift haul that I'm going to put up. And, yeah. Guys, didn't we already have a coffee? Didn't we have a coffee prompt this on this challenge, or am I just losing it? Maybe it was coffee rings. I thought I'd already done something coffee, now that I was thinking about it. But yeah, there's my card. It's very vintagey looking, which I often say is not my thing, but it seems like I'm doing that more and more lately. So yeah, so my carryover from last week's card was a stamp, because that is stamp washi tape, so I have a stamp here. And my constant is labels there. And sorry, my 37 looks weird. I think it's because I have it in this cup. But I thought it was funny if I put it inside the coffee there. Anyway, yeah. So there we go. All done for this week. Super non-creative, but it'll do for me. I did have, oh, you know what? I have, you're like, oh God, not again. She's stopping us again. Should I put some words? And also I have my favorite stamp set, which is this one. I just love these splatters. I think everything looks better with splatters and with little... So let me see here. Hang on a second. Let me... I just mean like... See, like it's got a little bit of... I just think splatters are so... I'd put splatters on everything if I didn't think it was kind of crazy for me to do that. Sorry, I was looking for a piece of paper to stamp this on, but I'll just... It's fine. I can take it off of my... If it got on... I didn't want it getting on my... And because these are so light... See, it just looks like coffee splatters. I love it, I love it, I love it. Ugh, just love it. I literally would put splatters on everything. I love it so much. Which is... See, that's what makes me laugh, because I say that, and splattering like that is kind of a... It's not a vintage thing, but it has a very specific... But yes, there we go. That was done in vintage photo. Just a little bit of splattering on it, so it looks like coffee got on the card. And do I want a small talk? Does Tim have one that says, this is a job for coffee? I didn't look at them. I definitely don't know whether black or white. I mean, obviously I would use some. Oh, here we go. We will do, today is a new day because most of us, not all of us, but a lot of us wake up and have coffee. I have decaf coffee. I don't drink caffeinated drinks. Well, okay, other than Coke. And I shouldn't even be drinking that. My body does not like caffeine. It does okay with, like I said, a Coke, but I just started drinking Coke again, which is the worst, and I should quit it. When we were in Spain last year, because it was so hot, and a Coke just came in so nice in the middle of that 90-degree day. And a lot of countries don't have, because I used to drink Diet Coke all the time, and they don't have Diet Coke. They have Coke Free, which I don't care for. I know it doesn't taste that different from other things, but it's just a personal preference. So I started drinking Coke here and there, and now I drink it more than I should, so I need to put a stop to that. There we go. Today is a new day. That's perfect because you wake up, you have some coffee for most people. I have a decaf coffee every morning. And I do sometimes, because it's, decaf has a little bit of caffeine, it does start my day off, I think, with a little more energy. So, yeah. All right, there is my card for week 37. I think I just like this tiny. I think I like to do the tinier rather than larger. I think I picked the size I picked for my Marguerite Miller was just too big, and half the time I don't know what to do with it. So there we go. Oh, let's just. All right. Thanks. What do we think about next week's challenge? Chaos. I don't know what I'm going to do for that. I'm going to have to give it some thought this week. But 37 is done. I'm actually happier with it than I thought I was going to be. I like that I added a few accents that I think elevated it. So, yeah. All right, everybody. Have a really great day. And I hope that wherever you are, you're happy and healthy. And don't let the immense problems going on in the world get to you too much. And yeah, I'll see you. Well, I think I'm going to post my thrift haul tomorrow. And then I think this weekend I'm going to try and get some work done on the Scraptember 2025 so that I can post that also. So take care. Have a great day. Thank you so much for watching.